Denmark were the feel-good story of Euro 2020, the team who rallied around Christian Eriksen after his cardiac arrest on the pitch and who went on to deliver some of the best performances in the competition on their way to the semi-finals. And they come into the World Cup on fine form too. This is a side that nobody at all should be underestimating. And manager Kasper Hjulmand knows a thing or two about being underestimated. A slightly left-field choice when he was appointed to the Denmark job, Hjulmand was seen as a footballing ideologist, someone who might undo the good work of predecessor Adi Haraide, who had turned Denmark into a pragmatic, tough-to-beat unit by the end of his tenure. Hjulmand was a well-known subscriber to the philosophies of Johan Cruyff and Pep Guardiola, but there were plenty who suggested that such a style of play might be a problem for Denmark, who perhaps didn't have the on-pitch talent to succeed in such a style. Hjulmand has proved them all wrong and has become a figure idolised in his homeland, both for the way that his team play and for his emotional leadership during the turbulence of the last European Championships. Tactically, Denmark are incredibly flexible. They have the capacity to flick between systems not just from game to game, but also within a 90-minute period. Denmark have switched between a 3-4-1-2 and a 4-3-3 system regularly, but their style remains consistent, an attacking unit supplemented by flying wingbacks and a solid core through the centre of defence and midfield. One of the key elements to this is Atalanta's Joachim Mæhle, who dominates Denmark's left-hand flank. A bundle of energy, whether it be from a wing-back position or a more traditional full-back, he is unrelenting getting up and down on his side of the pitch, with a genuine goal threat as well. No Dane scored more than his 5 in qualifying. The defensive element is strong too, even with Simon Kjær just returning from a long injury layoff. Joachim Andersen and Andreas Christensen form an imposing pairing with a lovely passing range between them, whilst in front, Thomas Delaney and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg provide a sturdy and effective platform from which the Danes can dominate the middle. And behind them all are the safe and steady gloves of Kasper Schmeichel, who retains both the captain's armband and the trust of his manager as undisputed number 1. Højbjerg is key in both phases of the pitch though, not just an elite breaker-up of play. His passing ability and competence in breaking the lines is crucial to Denmark's ability to turn defence into attack. The key man, though, remains Christian Eriksen, who has stunned everyone by not only returning to football after his incident at Euro 2020, but by returning to the very top level, with first Brentford and then Manchester United. He is an inspirational figure for this side in so many different ways. First and foremost on the pitch, though, he remains Denmark's chief creator. Denmark have been slightly reliant on set pieces, and he is not only a direct threat from free kicks, but also a reliable deliverer of the ball from both corners and wide areas, allowing a host of aerial threats the best possible opportunity to score. The question of who will score Denmark's goals, though, remains a question. It looks likely that Kasper Dolberg is going to get the nod through the middle, even if he's failed to impress since his move to Sevilla this summer. The former Ajax man was once heralded as perhaps the next big striker off a storied production line, but things have not gone the way that he might have hoped. Nonetheless, he remains a player of real talent, blessed with excellent movement and an all-round threat. Getting to the tournament itself was something of a doddle for the Danes. They strolled through their group in European qualification, were unbeaten until they were already qualified, and tied a long-standing German record for the best ever points total in a qualification campaign, notching up a very impressive 27 points from just 10 games. They didn't concede a goal for the first 8 of those games, ending up with a record of 30 scored and just 3 conceded, swatting aside the competition with consummate ease. But perhaps the person who used that campaign to best effect was Club Brugge's Andreas Skov Olsen, who scored 5 times and looks to have made a starting berth his own. Hjulmand's personable nature and Denmark's remarkable story at the last Euros might make this all seem like a fairy tale, but there is a fierce competitor in there and a squad that matches his ambition. These players are burning madly for the national team, he said back in June 2021, a flame that no doubt burns even brighter after what they have come through together as a unit. They'll be looking to stun France again in the group stages, and a quarter-final berth would make a very decent tournament. At 33-1, they remain a very backable dark horse in almost every sense.